Hi all, I wanted to do a quick tutorial on how to convert photos to black and white from color, starting in Bridge and going into the Raw Processor. So I wanted to show you a few images here so you can see how you can go in and do some tweaking to your image to make that black and white stand out even better, work on contrast, things like that. So I've got some images up here that have already been kind of processed for color, and now I want to go ahead and try doing a conversion to black and white and show you a few things with it. So I'm just going to go ahead and select all of these images here and open them up into the Raw Processor. So let's start with this first one here where we have really strong blue sky and a little bit of orange down in the clouds down at the bottom here. So the conversion to black and white is really very simple in the Raw Processor. There's a click button that's over next to color to change the treatment from color to black and white. When we do that, it will automatically desaturate the color of the image and turn it strictly to black and white. Now, that's not saying that you can't do more to the image here from there. So from here, we do still have our basic adjustments where we can go in and be able to light and darken the image to be able to make it look the way we want. A lot of times I work with the highlights to make sure, like in the clouds here, I can be able to maintain the detail up in the brighter parts of the picture itself. We can also go and do some things with the colors in the image and change how they look in that final black and white image too. So if we go up underneath the black and white mix tab that's up right above here on the tools and switch that, you'll see it has a whole selection of different colors here. So if you're wanting to choose and change a color to make it either lighter or darker, you would want to choose that closest color that's in here to match to what's in the picture. So in this case, I'm going with the blue sky, so I'm going down to the blue tab here. And if I wanted to make the sky lighter, I could be able to go and make the blue lighter here. It's only going to affect that blue. If I wanted to make the sky even more dramatic and make it darker, I could go in and do some additional darkening to it, just like that. Okay. So you can use these color adjustments to be able to change different areas, different colors within the image in black and white so that maybe they show up better or add more contrast to the image. So the difference there, again, between the before and after, let's see if we can see that again. Before and after, you can kind of see that change that's going on with it there, even from the normal or even lighter here. So we can definitely do some changes to the image to be able to help make it stand out even more. So let's take a look at a couple other colors here. So here's one with lots of oranges and yellows. Same things here. We can go in and again turn this to our black and white. Go to our black and white tab mix, and then we can go here and take a look at maybe in the yellows. If we wanted to do something to make them lighter or darker, we can do some with that. Now, one thing I will mention is that you don't want to do really huge changes because you'll see some really weird artifacts start showing up within the image because of those huge changes that you're making on it here. So in many cases, you may find that you're only doing just a small amount of change to be able to get the look that you're looking for. Sometimes if you do too much, you'll find that things will turn a little wacky sometimes and maybe not come out the way that you expect them to. So let's try another one here. This is a little landscape photo. So we can go in, again, we're going back to our conversion to black and white. In this case, I kind of like to see the sky be a little bit darker. So I'm going to go up to that mix and go down to the blues and darken the blues a little bit so that those clouds kind of stand out. Again, if I go too far, you'll start seeing some weird noise begin to show up in the photos when you're doing those adjustments. So keep it kind of mild. Don't go too crazy with those adjustments. Again, there's some greens that are in the bushes. You might be able to lighten or darken the bushes if you wanted to. There's some red in the rocks here, so maybe oranges or some of the different colors you could be able to adjust and maybe make things stand out a little bit more for that black and white image. Okay, let's see, let's try another one here. So some images you really won't see too much change going on as you do that conversion, but some with really saturated colors you will see much more of a change within those images. So again, with that blue sky, when we convert that to black and white, and then we go in and do some adjustments here, we can darken that sky down and maybe go back and lighten the overall image. I'm going to bring the highlights down a little bit so the clouds and the snow doesn't get washed away. Brighten it up a little bit more. So it's really easy to be able to go in and do just a little bit of tweaking sometimes to make things stand out a little bit more. You can do something really looks like Ansel Adams kind of work here by darkening that sky down and making that reflection show up really strongly in the water. Okay, really simple tips. Easy to be able to go in and do that conversion to black and white. Try it out, work with your images. You'll find some interesting results with that. If you're doing portraits of people, you'll find that working with the tones will sometimes change the skin tone some, and sometimes for the better, sometimes for the worse. So you might also work with that a little bit to see how that works for you too.